Hi, this is Amay this side, and now we are starting the fourth lab, where we have to like display seven segment. Uh, so basically, what we have defined is like we have created an entity and we have given the output. As we all know, our seven segment LED display has something like this, so it's like 0 to 6. So we require like 7 bits for encoding of that on our board or anywhere. So that's it. And we have given input as hex, we can say like 4 bits. And so we have done the signal assignment for the same. And then what we have exactly done is like we have encoded it accordingly, like when x0, like it's a 4 bit, so it's like 0. So at 0, a b c d e f both should be high and this should be 0. But we have also taken care like for this it's active low, and it's a active low output. So basically we have like complemented our seg out, like, so basically what we have displayed here we will get to see the opposite on our model sim or anywhere, because we have negated it because they are the active low signals. So for our good understanding we have mentioned it as 1, but internally it will get back to 0 and so on. And so we have like for hex, for to display on a single LED display we can go to 0 to F. So we have taken all the care, and rest it has been gone to like don't care. So basically it will show that. Now let's come back to the code, model sim, where we will execute it. So now let's compile it on model sim. So basically here the thing is we have changed the directory, everything itself, and now just we need to run the TCL file for it, and let's execute it. So hopefully it will work. Yeah, and now it's showing success for this with 0 error and 0 warnings. As we see, it is compiled successfully. And now let's see the waveform. So let's expand it and we will get to see. So these are my inputs and these are my outputs. So for 0000 we see our only one bit is active high, because I have already suggested you here, it is we have used the not signal for it, so it's a active low, so it's taking care internally. So basically it's knotting this, so we will get 1 then 000 for 0. See, so only 1 1 for this and rest 0. Similarly for here we see here two zeros are there. So basically we will and 1 2 3 4 5 ones are there, then we will see only two ones in our code, because we have done encoding based on that. So yeah, see this too. So yeah, so basically this exactly takes place for everything. See, for 0010 again, it again does the same then again. So basically it is part of the encoding which is been done. And now let's come to the second part, where our task is to like compile the top module without errors and we need to run it. So yeah, let's see. So again, for a top module we have done is like this. Basically we will run it on the FPGA board, and based on that what we have exactly done is like here we have displayed like seg out, which we have already known as like 0 to 6, that is 7 bit to define it. And these are the enable, because these are these are 0 to 7, that is 8 LED signal LED boards on the FPGA board, and we have given like two inputs, hex 0 and 1, and clock and reset. So basically what exactly is happening in the inside it is like we have declared a component and we have imported this component from our previous VHD file, and then we have given it as our signal assignment to the output, like 6 down to 0 and 6 down to 0, because we need to enable 2 on the board. So as we all know, on the board there are only like 8 8 total LED boards. Based on that, we are using only two. Yeah, and so what exactly we have done? We have defined, because as we all know, as our clock signals are very fast, as it is basically 100 megahertz. So basically, it will get on like refreshing quite a bit on a faster side, so which will be not be visible for the naked eye. So what we have exactly done is like we have used it as a offset to maintain it as a 500 hertz refresh rate. So basically that exactly it is right at a time one of the block is been on, like on that. So yeah, so we have defined a max out, so which will take care of the refresh rate. And we have a like toggle bit, it is from 1 to 0, so which defines at a time only one of my that 8-bit display is on. So yeah, so now here exactly what we have used a port map, we have defined that sig1 and sig0 based on that, and we have given the input that is also the 4-bit. And now for this, as we know, when my toggle bit is LSB is 0, then my enable 0 is on, and then if my toggle bit of MSB is 0, then my enable 1 is on. So it takes care of that. So rest I have split it on one because I haven't we have been haven't been using it in this. And then the it is like, if so we have created a process. So for every clock pulse it will check if reset is 1 or counter of max count, that is that we have mentioned the offset to set the refresh rate. So if either of this, then it will goes to 0, else it will increment the count every time to 1. And yeah, so we also need to take care of the toggle. So what exactly is happening, if my reset is 1, then it will toggle, as we will showing this on the board. And else if counter is equal to max count, so if it goes to max count, then it will not toggle, means it will just complement the toggle. For that means for every 20,000 it will select one of the other modules of on that board, like we have defined is seg 0 and 1, so it will eitherly do it. And yeah, so now we have created and toggled like my toggle bit to 1, then my seg 1 will be active, else seg 0 will be active. So now let's so we have also used the constraint file for it, so which takes care of yeah, so we have defined the clock here, and we have modified it based on that to work on a certain. And then we have like used our like LSB to MSB for everything. Like we know we are using two modules, so we have mentioned it that. And then for we don't need LEDs for it, but we need a display, so we are basically putting on our this segment display, like these are the bits which will get on the exactly which bit should be on for a 0, like we know it's only one bit is off. So for similarly, we have also reset button which will take care of the reset to toggle it. And rest we all know, like yeah, so basically that's the thing we have done in this in this in the script. And yeah, now here we have just used two LED displays, so we have enabled that. For that, that is two modules we have done, we will see it on the board. And yeah, rest it's let's now check it on the board. So we have done everything here. Now just we need to it's like run this, so we are running it on the programming it on the board, and let's see on the board how it goes. So yeah, I hope the program is been now programmed, board is programmed. So we see here it is initially at state 0 0. So once we press 1, it goes to 1, as we all see. Then it goes to 1 1, it goes to 3. Yeah, and similarly if we want our both like on, So we could set it like, see here, we have used these buttons and this is our reset button. So basically for our condition we can check at this end which block is active. See, at this end this block is active, then this block is active. So every time we press we can see which block basically it goes to 0, but then again releasing it goes to the else part and it will retain its value because we have already mentioned the input, so it takes care of that. And so basically, yeah, we have defined, like, we have uh, given almost all the combinations, because if all are 1 then it will goes to ff, and similarly if we do toggling of it then we will get it. So yeah, so this reset helps us to know which block it is going in, this goes to 0, but yeah, again because of our input it is going back to the, and it's basically toggling after like 2 lakh clock cycles. So we have mentioned the offset to work it at 500 hertz. So we will see like this. So for every 200 each block is active, but we have given the input, so it basically takes care of that. So yeah, that's it from my side. So I completed part 1 and part 2 successfully. And hi, this is Amit, thank you.